So, one of the most exciting new things to introduce into a makerspace, in my opinion, is 3D printing. It's new, it's evolving, but really exciting because kids are going to be able to make something from scratch, something that has never existed before. Where's it come out of? Their brains. It's all to do with design. Now, design is the most important part about 3D printing. This only makes the actual object that the kids designed or that you've designed. Over here, we've got a computer, and this is an example of a modelling tool. The modelling tool allows the kid to be able to take that particular idea, form it into those objects. Those objects, in this example here, we needed to create a column. We're doing a little project with one of the schools out in the West, and they are trying to simulate one of their historic buildings. So we needed some columns. Over here's the example of the column, and here we've actually got the column that's been produced and finished in one of these 3D printers here. And there's actually a column that's just been finished printing. I'll turn that light on so you'll be able to see it. So we've been able to take an idea, replicate it, and come up with it. They can actually hold it. Here's another example. One of the students needed to be able to make it. This student had been working with 3D printing for 1 hour and produced this all out of the components. It's a little body, I think we called it Erway. Very, very cute little idea, but with an hour's experience, they were able to get that going. And Joe was talking about circuits before. We needed somewhere to put our traffic light. So here we designed a little traffic light that we could actually put our LEDs in, and we had ourselves a little model. So we apply, we can go across areas. Electronics, we've got 3D printing. The big thing with 3D printing, from my opinion, is being able to take something that you would normally be doing theoretically. And you don't always get that theory. But if you can actually could construct a water molecule and see it and then hold it in your hand, turn it around, look at it, that deeper understanding is what 3D printers allow you to do. We can take that particular object sitting up there in the ether. It's something we can't remember, we can't look at, we can't touch it, but we can when we go to 3D printing. One of the most innovative areas that you can work with. If we're talking about the types of 3D printers, there's a lot of them around. Get something that is reliable, get something that's got a warranty, get something that you've got support with. It is a really, really new technology. It's a little bit difficult, it can be finicky, you've got to play with it a little bit, get something that's going to be easy for you to work with in your class. You may need a few of them because it does take a long time. This little column in here took about 1.5 hours to print. It's only very, very small. So this is the problem that you may envisage with 3D printing, is that it takes a long time for it to make. That's not the most important part. It's the design side of it. That's where your students will be creative. So, if you decide to go down the idea of getting a 3D printer in your classroom and get your kids designing, get them thinking about the design. The 3D printer is just the fun bit to watch at the end. So 3D printing, and I was talking about the design ideas and the design program that we've got over here. There are design programs that you can get off the internet. Many of them are free. 123 CAD is one that exists. There's a whole pile of different ones that you can use. 3D Builder that exists on Windows 10 now is one that's very easy to use with the kids in the classroom. But what it allows you to do is design and then hook that up to your printer to get it to work. Now, sometimes you need a very specific program to work with your printer. Make sure that you've got that sorted out beforehand, and then you know that ABC software over here needs ABC printer here. That may be a restriction. There's lots of little things that you need to research to make sure that they work. The design program's completely separate. You do your design, you create a file, then you charge up the program that will work with your printer to be able to, what they call, slice it up into little pieces so that the printer can actually print your object. And you end up with this great little, and I'll break this off here, straight off the printer's press. Column, there's the top. Have some fun doing 3D printing, guys.